Game 4 belonged to the Europeans, which means we are into a fifth and final game of our grand final series between Vici Gaming from China and Team Secret representing Europe. Now, before we get into this next one, we're going to give the opportunity some up-and-coming, some budding analysts who, let's face it, if they're really good, may even replace some of the guys we've got on the panel right now. Eri, who have you got for us?
Man, I am very excited for these two. They actually just went up to me and just said, are we really want to do this? So I have Chris over here and Stoyan. All right, so they are two of our, this is our fourth and fifth guy on the panel. Welcome to the Game 5 panel. So what we'll do, Paul, is you can kick it out in terms of discussion, get it started.
Yeah, well, let's start with Chris and Stoyan. Chaps,
Okay.
it's tied up at 2-2 right now. Drafting-wise, we've seen a variance of drafts, but Secret seem to have gone back to what they know before. What do you expect in Game 5?
So what I expect is, in the series we have seen Mid1 and Ori both pick mid laners that have a high octane tempo, like Lina, Storm Spirit, heroes who can go on and create space for these rather greedy, farming heavy carries. Like we had the Luna, we had the Terrorblade for Paparazzi and for Nisha as well. So that's the recipe for success. Create space for your farming carry until he takes over the game.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, yeah, great. All right. Stoyan, what are we going to expect from Vici now? Because they've been put on the back foot in that game.
Well, I'll be short, and I'll say that I expect Necrophos ban, because this hero is pure cancer, and I don't want to see it. No, I'm kidding. He was absolutely on point. I believe that we will see some tempo controlling heroes and some farming heroes like Terrorblade, Luna, or something like this, PO as well. And the game will be decided by the rotation of the supports. So the team that actually has the better team fight and makes better rotations early game will have the upper hand.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your panel. Very, very nice.
Very
this is Stoyan, and this is Chris. Give it up to these guys, Hamburg. Come on. Well done. Well done.
Well done, gents. Well done. Couple of tips for you. Always take off your badge. Never show that. Also, never support one team unless your name's Fogged, because you can get away with it because you basically play for every team.
I thought Stoyan did a great job. That was like the Giannis strategy, right? Where you listen to your well-spoken and good analyst, and you just sort of rework their words into...
And use them again in a slightly different way. I mean, it's what he does with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works out. Yeah. See?
Perfect. I mean, in every way. All they were missing really down there was a Trent. Needed a Trent kind of figure, didn't they?
What is that? Well, it's the guy that brings the syrup.
Ah, the maple syrup, yes. Okay, perfect. Gotcha.
Canadian, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I see. I'm supposed to have the quick wit and banter because there's slacking down there.
Dude,
is that what's happening?
Just talk about the draft? It's Game 5.
We can talk about the draft, but it's not quite started yet, but it's not too far away. So let's get into it, boys. Which way now? Because we've seen both versions of Team Secret, and actually the more, how do we put this, boring draft, simple draft, has worked better for them.
Traditional supports.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Aha.
I don't think
All right, guys,
it's
quick.
boring.
Left or right?
didn't
Who's
say
who?
boring.
That's a VG Terrorblade, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it has to be. They banned
Vici's
it.
on the
Yeah,
left.
they banned Morphling and Enigma.
Morphling, Chen, Enigma, same guys.
It's about letting Secret play fast. You can't play with tempo if you're cooldown reliant.
Okay. They knew what they were going to do, and the Magnus comes out.
All right. I love the mag. I feel like they have to pick the silencer to cover it because you know Vici will pick it up, and that's like your go-to RP. Like you put it on top of RP, and there's no skewer anymore, and the follow-up is a lot harder to land. But this is the TB counter for sure. It's been banned out a lot in this series, and we're gonna hopefully find out why if you're a Secret fan.
How do you think about the dual lane here, if that is in particular it, right? The Magnus with that ranged offlaner, or with that ranged hero supporting him, you throw the Empower on the silencer and you can actually just crush, and you actually have such high base damage advantage as a Magnus. Until the meta, the Terrorblade has meta, I actually think last hitting versus this is extremely difficult as a TB.
Do you think it would be the silencer? Do you think they go for something like the Wind Ranger?
I still think it's open. Yeah, I do think it's still open.
I don't know if I like the Phoenix here. I would have much preferred a Wyvern. Like whenever someone reveals a mag this early, you know there's two things you really need to worry about. It's the hyper carry that's getting empowered, and the RP. And Wyvern deals with both in that you can Winter's Curse on top of the RP, even through BKB, so it just cancels the damage of whatever core Secret picks up later. And then you heal as well to peel. But I could see a Troll from Secret, something they've played a lot, especially with Mag. Like, it's so sick already in this draft.
I like Troll. I actually don't. This isn't the greatest hero versus Terrorblade, but Juggernaut, it's not good versus TB, but it benefits. It's good versus Phoenix.
Juggernaut is a terrible hero.
Okay. I'm just
Had a
saying.
rough
What
time.
about
I think Troll is the absolute better option. I'm just saying, like, the other options,
got
if
you.
if it's banned out, you
I
know.
think Ursa's kind of similar too, right? Where it's also pretty good. It's like better against the TB
Yeah.
and
Phoenix.
also good against Phoenix.
It's really not against TB though, because you
It's
can't
all
ever
on the
itemize
back
for Lincolns, and you just get sundered. That's the problem. You always need to be an item or two ahead to actually deal with the Terrorblade.
The Zeus and the PL, obviously,
I think,
they've been picked against the Terrorblade a lot in this tournament.
I didn't even suggest the PL because I was assuming that one was going to get removed. If you're first to picking your Terrorblade,
Yeah.
seems to be the response for majority of these teams, especially with Magnus.
Yeah, and Secret's got the team fight now. I just want to see them keep, and that's why I love Troll as well. Like something that can play up tempo that isn't cooldown reliant, so that they have
true.
heroes that can move around the map and like can do things at all times. Because that's the secret that seems the strongest, is when they're just finding kills in like all three lanes. They're still shoving. Like there's no downtime for the squad, and that also benefits the way they like to itemize, because they're trying to stay on map at all times.
So basically, like our fourth analyst, Chris said then.
Pretty much.
You're just copying what
Yeah.
Chris said.
Hey man,
What about our boy Yang here? He's actually been kind of ignored. I mean, obviously his axe and his Necrophos is gone, but everything else is still in the pool this time. The Centaur still remains. We have the Brewmaster still in the pool. Looks a little bit better for him. Secret likely to reveal the Yapsor hero, you would think. Try and keep under wraps.
They could just still maybe Ogre too. Then they've got this Bloodlust plus Empower, and then they've got the Silencer to pair with the Magnus.
Alright,
I don't know if that's. I think the Silencer's probably going to be the 5 position though, right?
Or
I think so. You could shake her as well. There's a lot of options. It's
we're so close.
Do you know what we haven't seen in this grand final? Not even once.
Rubik.
Is a Yapsor Rubik.
It's true. It's like okay with the Meg and Power.
Hasn't
and
been
stuff.
banned, hasn't been picked, hasn't been discussed.
It does have good nuke. It reduces the damage of the Terrorblade even more in the laning phase with Fade Bolt, and then the Empowered Magnus can actually do pretty well. You have an instant disable versus TB as well, and you can even still sunder and do some quick plays. I mean, I could maybe see it.
Hey! Hello!
It's a good pressure hero. The Fade Bolt and with your double Empowered,
The Weaver's also still in.
Definitely bully.
Which kind of tries to maybe push you away from picking it, one would think.
And real quick, this is what a game 5 lineup already from Secret. When you're in this position, a lot of the time, meta be damned, series be damned. You need one game to win. Just give me what I want to play. And Yapsor and Rubik just go hand in hand. I mean, it might backfire on Secret, but at the end of the day, the way I see it, if you're going to go down on something you know you can ball on.
I like it. Vici takes themselves. This Ogre, they want to protect their Terrorblade, so he's going to be the one who soaks the pressure from what I'm assuming is going to be Rubik Magnus dual lane.
Do you
And there's the
monkey?
troll.
There's the troll.
Oh no, they try.
All right, we're 4 for 4, boys.
It's kind of been their big one.
Works just so well. It's one of the few heroes that you can actually man up versus the TB, because you've got high armor yourself on the troll, and you can just bash lock him.
And you also can multi-lane it.
And
I'm sure Nisha and mid one can play it, and you can lane anywhere in this sort of game. So
And
it's
Phoenix
Versus
game
Phoenix,
too.
yeah.
it's great versus Phoenix. It puts the initiative now on Vici to address the Secret lineup. They still don't have anything for RP or a troll with Empower. So at the moment, Secret's going to have the ability to out-team fight Vici, fight quite easily, in all honesty. And then they should also be able to outscale the Terrorblade if they're managed.
Counterpick the mid too.
Yep, exactly. And if you're Vici, maybe you follow the same formula. You just go right back for Alina.
I think you have to here.
I think you want something with spell damage. That's a troll's weakness, isn't the time before you have that BKB. You just get pressured so much from those heroes.
And Yule's plus Light Strike Array is about 5 seconds of stun. It's very good against the Mag as well. It's just
Giving Rubik good spells.
Exactly. There's nothing that Yapsor really loves playing against just yet on Vici, but if he could get a Lina spell here and there, he'd be very happy.
Anytime you can get double nukes, right? If you can ever get a nuke, you switch off, use yours, and you use triple nuke. We like to say as if you're a Rubik player. And versus TB, that's the dream. If you have a triple nuke in the early laning phase, that TB can struggle so much. They picked Brew, so Rubik
Yang.
can.
Okay.
He's got some options.
I feel like we've seen Phoenix Brew lose twice already. We've seen Phoenix lose 3 times.
Yeah, but Vici Gaming are gonna show them how it's done, don't you think? Come on now.
They do have a. I mean, it looks like a Starline Secrets is a bit more unorthodox, but yeah, I do agree.
It's about the pace that the teams can play at. That's what the team playing with more pace has won 4 games in a row. And right now on Vici, you've got Meta, Split, and Egg. And if you don't have all of those cooldowns up, you do not want to take any engagements. Whereas Secret, you're going to be so confident playing around the map. Rubik and Mag able to constantly hunt along with the Troll, who's going to be farming incredibly quickly. And again, as you said, they have the last pick to counter whatever VG picks up here. And they banned the Lina, which is, that is the move.
It would have been good AoE to cover up over the Phoenix.
Because that fills the gap, and that's that hero that can then play high tempo, make things happen without, and then the cooldowns threaten a response. Lina usually can then use that space, find a kill here and there. They also have limited tower damage outside of this Terror Blade.
So the Ori Kunkka is something that's still there. It kind of fills a lot of the same roles. It's, I would argue, more difficult, sure, but it's harder to counterpick in a lot of ways.
What if they just go back for the Invoker, right? Again? I don't know if I like it, but Invoker
maybe that's
TV?
the same kind of confidence that they have, like the Absolute Rubik. I mean, for sure, if that's something they like.
Old school TA.
Pretty rough against Troll, I think. But you could get away with it.
Even with that 10th pick, though.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, he slipped through, so that's nice, but that's going to be for Ori, almost certainly.
Yep.
That's ambitious.
It is an active hero, though, right? It is someone who can try and leave their lane and have an impact on the other 2 lanes. It's someone who doesn't have any cooldowns. So, same idea.
What are we looking for in Secret?
How much pressure is our Tiny going to be able to put on, I guess would be the question, onto mid?
Oh my god.
He wants a playmaker.
It's the most insane Timbersaw game, though.
They almost, or it looked like it was pretty good the previous game, too, but yeah, you're right.
This is like...
Terribly,
you
Tiny.
crush every single core on Vici, and Phoenix, like, could buy a Spirit Vessel, but, man, this is...
I mean, they even still have the Monkey, right? Like, there's a couple different options here that both look very good to me. I think Monkey King looks great with Empower.
They want something that can threaten kills with the Rubik and Silencer, because right now they're relying on this Magnus. They want something that can kill.
You want something that can... The supports can connect, and you find a kill immediately. And it's Monkey, Timbersaw, not a huge fan of Kunkka. You just need raw damage output right now, and preferably some sort of magical output, I think. You don't want more... Like, you already have plenty of physical damage thanks to the Troll.
They don't play so many heroes.
I like the Monkey because the Wombo combo, personally, with the RP. It gives them a lot of options.
It's good. It can be good in the lanes. Actually, Tiny lane is...
You can't... It's Monkey or Timber, really. I don't think there's better options.
Just want something that's fast, something that can play and make moves while this Troll is farming, because he's going to want to farm with Empower, and they need to be able to have damage between the 4 of them. Silencer, Rubik, and Magnus, they need that last hero that can actually give them the kill threshold all the time so this Troll can farm.
I just love Timber here. If the
Still discussing.
Can they address the Timber out of control in between tower situation? Not the best heroes for it. Maybe.
They do the Monkey King.
Okay.
I like them.
If it was
Fast
any
pace.
other, if there's any other player, I wouldn't like it. But because I've seen Mid-One play so well and so active around the map already, you give him Empower on
There's
top
6
of
synergy
that.
with the Troll ulti too.
Yeah.
Just bam, bam, bam.
This is an impossible Terrorblade game. Like,
Oh, yeah, but it's Paparazzi.
It is Paparazzi, who's been outstanding this tournament.
Wow. We've
don't know
reached
how
the
this
point where
lane-
first pick TB came into this.
Hey.
Monkey King, I think he can struggle quite a lot versus that Tiny. I know Tiny's 0 armor, but with Tree Grab,
it's Mid-One though.
it is mid one.
He's so focused on those first 2 waves.
Start of the day, I said Secret 3-2. I'm gonna stick to that, and I think that this is the draft. They've got the win conditions. They've got the ability to play with more pace. That's the tail of the tape they got.
All right. Let's head over to our commentary team and to the main stage, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grand final. It's Game 5.
both these teams having acquired second at ESL One's finally in this Game 5. This game will determine which one of these teams will walk away your ESL One champions. Blitz, Vici Gaming, or Team Secret. We certainly know the way the crowd is going. It seems like our panelists were favoring Team Secret as well. What do you think about the drafts?
I think it's crazy that Terrorblade is just like a first pick hero and somehow everyone's okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I hope everyone enjoyed seeing this hero because it's not going to be around for the next 10 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ice Frog is going to work his magic with this one for the upcoming patch. So we're going to be heading into the game shortly here. We have, I don't know, it felt like there was just some, as the panel was saying, for Secret, just let me play when I want to play. We're going to have the Yapshore Rubik. We're going to have a Mid-Wan Monkey King. That definitely did a lot of work in the group stage. Very impressive stuff for Mid-Wan for sure.
Yeah, so far, my front runner for the MVP is I just feel like you can't really replace his impact and what he does for this team. They finally gave him a match where he could win, and he performed.
On the other side, Vici Gaming do have this very strong team fight, but that almost feels like a curse to say just because we said that about all 4 of our games, and it always goes against the slower team.
Yeah, whoever has the worst laning phase has lost every game in this. And so what's going to matter to me anyways is how did the lanes go? How did the early rotations go? Both teams keeping a big eye on that as they went a lot less greedy on both sides. I think the Magnus pick has potential, but at the same time, it is a slower paced hero than we're used to. You do just empower the troll repeatedly, but that also means that the troll's lane has to go relatively well. Otherwise, you're just going to be this Magnus following people around. I think we saw it in one game where VP played it.
Right.
It was against Secret, actually. And Pasha didn't have the best laning phase, didn't really have anything to do except empower.
It's got really good synergy with both the Troll as well as the Monkey King, and Monkey King is already going to be set up for success here. I have to say, it felt like Mid-Wan and Zai were really the reasons that Secret won that game for so dominantly. And Monkey King matched up against a Tiny with no starting armor. I can't imagine that's going to go well.
And look at this. Paparazzi not even bothering to block the wave. They have learned their lesson from the previous game.
Yes, they are not going to get caught out again. Puppy will TP back to that bottom lane now.
Both carry big sticks, but Tiny's only lasts for a little bit.
So it's going to be that Brewmaster Phoenix dual lane that we've seen before, this time on Vici Gaming, matched up against a Troll Silencer. So if the Monkey King in his matchup is going to go pretty well, what do you think about the side lanes?
I think the top lane could be won by Zai +1, but looks like the creep pull is going to happen. This is the right way to do things. When you do this, though, you are just going to allow TB to get free farm. What are we cheering for? Is there another ball?
Oh, just a small little blip here on the production screen. Puppy trying to push back that Brewmaster in Phoenix. I think Troll's going to be able to do okay with this aggro dual lane.
It just depends on who gets levels here. If Brew gets a good amount of levels, then he doesn't mind Troll too much as Zai gonna just trade hits with this Ogre, getting zoned out for the time being.
Yeah, the early pickup of the Empower hasn't allowed him to get much CS with the early Metamorphosis being used by Paparazzi, but he has taken a lot of damage from DY, who's putting that Bloodlust to good work here.
So much attack speed on the Ogre, it's such a value point. This bottom lane looking okay for both sides. This Troll has been slowed down a bit in CS. Nisha just getting real aggressive here on Yang to start, and they've already forced him to pop this out, but he doesn't have one himself, so he's got to be a little bit careful here.
You want to get aggressive while that Phoenix is still level 1, right? He doesn't have that Icarus dive, has to play kind of back. Can't use the Fire Spirits too much. Oh, nice skewer back from Zai.
So
that has got to be your first blood right there.
He did not anticipate that happening whatsoever. Thought he was probably going to just go for the shockwave. Steps up, cuts the angle. He did it so quickly that DY, who's doing a really good job keeping him out of the lane, just gets outplayed massively.
I have to say, Blitz, with a play like that, could be that top lane is going to be one, bottom lane is looking okay, and mid is being dominated right now by the Monkey King, 13-6, compared to the 8-5 of Ori.
And so far so good. We talked about how the laning phase and the tempo and just the general pace of this game was going to be very important. So far so good, like you said, for Secret, as Vici struggling early on.
Look at mid one. He's willing to challenge a double damage Tiny a little bit, but Zai's trying to get away in the top lane, manages to skewer through the trees, and does have a TP up, but he has a healing style that he rely on. Mid lane, oh, mid one. He committed for the Jingu stacks, and Ori got him underneath 50 HP.
That is a mistake against a DD Tiny. You're not winning that. People almost always overestimate how much lifesteal you do and how much additional damage it is, but there's so much comes out.
2 seconds, he will be able to Boundless Strike and get some lifesteal back, but most of the creep wave is gone, so he's not going to get that really big cleave hit. But he'll get a couple hundred HP out of
This is
that.
going to help the Tiny. This is how he catches up in the lane, already up to 10 denies, not doing so bad now that he's committed to getting that DD rune. This is going to even up his lane, so Ori going to be quite happy about finding it in the first place.
DY, knowing that that rune made a big difference, is going to try and rotate and make sure the 4-minute runes goes to Ori as well, but it's an Invis rune, and that's going to be snagged up mid one.
He actually denies it.
He actually denied it instead of picking it up. That means his life is forfeit.
I think he was there first, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten there first, but
Instead, I feel like that's just a guaranteed death at that point.
maybe he was just scared that he was going to get fire blasted, not able to pick it up in time.
Yeah. Doesn't have the same knowledge, of course, that we do.
Yeah.
DY, of course, went the Bloodlust to try to zone out that Magnus.
And then the level 2 Ignite.
And so all of a sudden, this mid lane not looking so bad. The top lane in a similar position as YapzOr stepping forward, trying to get the angle to get the lift off.
Lane, skewer away, but it got both the heroes, and that means Zai is still in trouble, but it looks like the slowdown of the movement speed, he will be able to survive. The Fire Blast just isn't up in time for DY.
Might get bounty rune control here as YapzOr. Looking around for it right now as DY trying to cut off the angle to the shrine, but might just give up rune control instead as YapzOr's gonna go for both of them here.
Oh man, and Secret already got one of the ones at bottom, so that's gonna be 3 out of 4 for Team Secret. Could have paid off big if he actually managed to kill Zai. Fortunately, as it is, gives up all that bounty rune gold.
But this mid lane, they're gonna get aggressive here again.
They've
got 3 heroes here.
They know how dangerous this Monkey King is. They're going to be able to get the Icarus dive as well as the Ignite. Now they're going to try and go for just a straight-up toss into the Avalanche. No toss backwards here with a Fire Blast and the extra damage. Looks like mid one. Nice.
A lot of life
stun, and will be able to get away. DY underneath the tower, copping all these shots. 40 HP, managed to live a little bit longer.
Go
but
back in
here
for
comes mid one. He's going to snag that kill. Yang. Oh. He's going to be good for now, but losses on both sides here for Vici Gaming. A lot of lost HP for our Brewmaster, and that mid gank went horrifically. Secret managed to turn around down. Mid one's going to be tossed back. A haste rune. YapzOr wants to go for the dive underneath his creep wave. Mid one's willing to commit with him with telekinesis. Toss him up in the air for a moment. Mid one jumps down.
Way too aggressive.
Needs to be able to get the Jingo stacks and get a big boundless strike. He heals up, but no. Doesn't manage to get the kill. Neither does YapzOr. And now he's going to die as well.
Doesn't get touched by anything, just walks into the tower, has a haste rune.
Vici Gaming, this time they're the ones managed to barely get by against that mid gank attempt.
And way too much of an overcommitment there. They already won that engagement. They got a kill.
Yeah.
They stopped the gank. The Monkey King is still very successful when it comes to CS. The only way that you really lose in that situation is if you get over-aggressive. That's exactly what happens.
Gotta be some nerves playing a factor here in this game 5 of the series.
And this is such a deep dive. Plenty of time for somebody to TP mid one.
Part of the problem is they telekinesis, so mid one has to instantly jump down. He can't think about it, otherwise the trees get cut. And he gets stunned instantly. Bottom lane, Chol's gonna try and run down the Brewmaster. Looks like with the YapzOr Rubik cutting him off, they're gonna find a kill in the river. So that Troll does manage to pick up a hero kill, but is pretty far behind Paparazzi's Terrorblade when it comes to CS. How did he get such a large lead?
I think he's just had more time. He's also been farming a lot of these jungles.
Doesn't have to deal with like Brewmaster miss percentage chance and stuff like that.
Oh, doesn't quite get there, but Yang made his way all the way to top thinking there was an opportunity for him. But I think what's going to happen is he's going to take over this top lane. The Terrorblade just does his usual thing, goes to the jungle, does not mind that one bit.
Seems like that's really the aspect that both teams now are abusing in the early Terrorblade pickup. It's a core that can go jungle so efficiently. Top lane, mid one, tries to go for the rune. It's not going to be there. Now he's going to be caught by the avalanche toss combination of Ori. Tries to get off the Wukong's command, but there is going to be interrupted by DY. Now they're going to go for the supports as well. YapzOr taking a ton of damage, but they ignore him to go for Puppey as the TP out was going to be successful for YapzOr. Hoping for it, toss up in the air. Ogre's going to try and run him down underneath the tower, but he's out of mana, so can't slow down Puppey one bit.
Still, the kill on the mid one is going to make that well worth it for them, and the rotation as still doing equivalent to the Tiny when it comes to CS, but those deaths certainly don't help his cause.
Shrine time, bring Paparazzi along for the ride.
And a very slight laning edge going the way of Vici so far.
The
upside, though,
nice scan from the Radiant side.
Yeah, they were just trying to ruin this Monkey Kings game even more. They've got to do something about Nisha at bottom lane.
Now this may still work if mid one isn't careful.
They've even brought Paparazzi here for this. They want to pop the meta, try to get something done here as the toss comes out.
The toss into it, nice Boundless Strike return. The Ogre's not able to get this off in time. The Wukong's man kills that gank, and now it's going to be DY dead. Ori is able to get out of that Wukong's command, but Secret, you could tell they read that gank coming. And what a great reaction from mid one with that Boundless Strike.
That was so fast by all parties involved. This mid lane is getting a little bit low. He's going to fill up his bottle.
And give him a healing salve too. So Ori just getting the full Vici Gaming treatment here.
They might just go smoke down towards bottom too. I'd be okay with that play. Considering I said they need to put pressure on Nisha. He's gonna have a lot of help with this Magnus.
Fade. Again, with that lack of armor, hard for him to stay in lane against the troll, but it was also difficult for the Brewmaster. That's why he's now trying to get the farm at the top lane. Mid one goes for the gank onto DY. Nice Fire Spirits double out from Fade. That's going to slow down a lot of that damage and keep mid one from getting those Jingo stacks. Now, with the Tiny closing in, Boundless Strike has to come out to make sure that Ori can't close that distance. He runs and keeps his distance away from this Tiny, who's looking to be able to get a toss on that Ogre into the Monkey King, but they don't have the vision for it.
Paparazzi takes over this mid lane duty. The Brewmaster just continues to fight with this Magnus farm, and this is where his eye's catching up now. Relative to the rest of the game, he's got Arcane Boots and a bottle, so plenty of sustain on his side.
The panel said they wanted to see a more active hero for Vici Gaming, and they went for this Tiny pickup. How would you rate his success so far?
It's been okay. It's when he gets his Blink Dagger, we're really going to see how it makes or breaks. Because he needs to create space for this Terrorblade, and he needs to be a terror on the map. Because if you think the game is even against a Magnus lineup, you're usually just losing.
Right.
Because of the Empower, it makes it so that your carry has a free Battle Fury.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen that impact just yet.
Yeah, Magnus lineups like this slow, sort of slothy play pace where you just continue to farm, trade farm. Everyone's okay with it. Is Yang getting a little bit low here?
Oh, tries to get out the Primal Split. He's going to be stomped up. RP goes down, but they don't fully commit. They actually back away. They're going to send the Panda, throwing him in, and he dodges the Shockwave. Oh, Ori, that was risky, but I guess he had faith that Yang was going to be able to dodge the damage.
Your work is not done here. I don't know if I would have been super happy about that, but it's going to work out for them regardless.
It's an RP down, and YapzOr Rubik that falls.
So you have a lot of solo experience right now in this troll at bottom lane.
Yeah.
He has not been touched.
It's kind of surprising that they haven't put more effort into using this Supernova that they have combined with the Tiny. Oh, the Avalanche, he caught mid one. Managed to toss him back into the Ogre. Fire Blast goes out before the Boundless Strike. These teams have just been incredible at reading each other.
And nice rotation by Paparazzi, just making absolute sure that he goes down. No opportunity for a rebuttal. And mid one's game this time around has been shut down quite hard. And it all started with that overreaction when they decided to try to dive towards that mid lane.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, I feel like his lane is fine.
Yeah, it was going great. Now, He's 1,000 behind this Tiny, which is not what we expected, considering the slight advantage you're going to have with the first 5-6 minutes of the laning phase.
Yeah, and also his decision to trade with that DD. Also, the DD in the first place.
Yeah.
It's going to make their move towards bottom lane. This is something that we've seen from them all tournament long. Ori really likes this move. This is how they usually get Yang back into the game too. Just give him some farm unpressured.
I have to say, I love that ward placed by DY. Gets vision of the tier 2 and is still able to see some rotations over there on the left-hand side. Yang gonna be caught here. Boundless Strike, Nisha coming in from the other side. Telekinesis as well. That's gonna be all 5 to make sure.
Should take mid tower with this too, and this is why you've got to rotate fast here.
Now Vici Gaming, they are going to be here in time. They're going to get the toss back. They didn't expect this rotation to occur so fast. That means the Monkey King, he's going to be left behind enemy lines. Wait, you got to focus mid one first. Make sure he actually goes down. He gets off of Wukong's command, and sure enough, he does fall.
Look like they're going to be a little bit too greedy there.
Yeah, they really wanted more than just a Monkey King kill out of that.
And once the global silence was expended and they saw 5 heroes there, there's no Roshan to be taken, not at this phase of the game. Vici making the right decision to defend. The Monkey King now below the Brewmaster. They had just ganked.
Nisha is still top net worth. We haven't even seen the impact of the Empower. Now he is going for kind of an early game build, just went for the Morgan Mask and is looking to complete an SNY, but it looks like Puppy's gonna be caught here, but the initiation coming out from Ori with a Blink Dagger. Mid one's gonna have to jump down from the trees, trying to blow up Fade, not good enough. Yapzor with the double new combo. This Phoenix got too many solo levels, so he's a bit too tanky to die to something like that.
Yeah, now they get the D ward, which DY has been so good about. The vision game is going to matter a lot, especially when you're playing mid lane versus mid lane, when both the towers are still up. They've got the Blink Dagger completed on this Tiny now, and this is where we get to see its impact, as he is 4-0-3. Both mid laners have been so key to their team's success. This time around, Ori getting the better start is being so active with his 2 supports. That's allowing his Ogre to also get levels. And meanwhile, the other 2 cores are just farming, trying to catch up bit by bit. This is where we're going to need to see Zai's Blink Dagger come online. Zai, he's got only 2 levels of the Empower, so he's not really doing that thing where he follows around his carry, making sure that they're empowered at all times. Got the Blink Dagger now completed on Yang if he wants it. He just has to not be greedy this game with getting the clap and the Primal Split off.
Yeah.
Just go for one.
Especially against the Absol Rubik. Such quick reactions.
You will get lifted.
Instant disabled.
This Monkey King, no real items and commitment to such a mid-game focus build.
Yeah, no Hand of Minus, no Maelstrom, no greedy farming build so far from mid one. Looks like he's queuing up the much more normal Echo Saber.
Yeah, and look at Zai. He's just falling around his cores now. He knows that he has to allow Nisha to get further and further ahead now.
Don't manage to catch Yang's Brewmaster. They thought they could.
They're going to give up bottom tower for this.
Paparazzi doesn't even have to pop Metamorphosis yet as he pushes in this bottom lane.
They got to deal with tier 2. So they're
rest
going to
of
come
Vici
back
Gaming.
in. And this is going to open up an opportunity. They're going to give the DD to the Terrorblade.
And you just got to smoke as soon as possible, right? I mean, you have such a good team fight lineup already. And you want to be able to use this Metamorphosis to push down some towers. Vici Gaming, they got to go for the 5-man team fight.
There is a Blink Dagger now, though, completed on the Magnus. So you have to be careful about that. And they just want their Troll to have some time to farm with the Empower. Get ahead of this Terrorblade. And if you're Vici, use that DD. And use it now. So they're going to go for this aggressive smoke. Parlayed Bottle. This is going to be big for them. If they can grab the mid tower or even sneak a Roshan.
Oh, that would be massive. You expect them to head down to that bottom tier 2, try and gank the Monkey King and turn that.
This would be massive. If they just get this for free. This is Secret's Roshan.
Oh, look at Secret. They're going to try and smoke into the Roshan pit.
It's going to break. They know they're in there.
Now they're going to be able to get some damage out, but Roshan is
got
not so
Blink
fast.
Dagger.
It's going to be on the floor. They brings them all. He's just doing so much damage. They're almost dead. They've killed so much.
Secret just overwhelmed Vici Gaming inside the pit. They do manage to get off the primal split for Yang, but now he's just trying to get out Zai with a game-saving maneuver with that RP.
Good God. He's gonna try to steal
Oh,
it. Barely does he get it.
go.
And now that's 4 heroes and the primal split committed. And this game was
Secret.
pretty even, if not slightly Vici
Oh,
favored.
Yang, he may not get away. Meanwhile,
That's
hunts him
5.
down. To the ends of the earth he goes. All 5 of Vici Gaming are wiped. Roshan given to Secret.
Mid tower's now done. And Zai with the best RP you're gonna see. It was so, the timing of it was perfect because it was so low, they had to all in commit for it.
Yeah.
And look at this, just walks in, brings them all out for the lift.
And with the empower of Nisha plus the Whirling Axes, that is so much AoE damage. Nisha walks away with the triple kill. An Aegis, Roshan bounty for his team, and it looks like some towers too.
The fact that Puppy just walks by the Roche pit, he says, guys, they're in here. Everyone was missing off the map. Both teams, such odd positions there is. And Vici, they thought with the DD Terrorblade, there's no way they're gonna see that coming.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do this really quick with DD and Bloodlust. And now you've almost got the BKB completed on this Troll Warlord, who has jumped far ahead of the rest of the pack.
He was already going for a heavy mid-game build with this S and Y. This kind of advantage now. Vici Gaming, they're going to be hard-pressed to be able to fight him back because so much of their team fight comes down to these elements that Troll just ignores. The Supernova, really easy to deal with. This Brewmaster and his Primal Split may not be effective against the BKB.
Yeah. Even though the net worth lead isn't crazy, it just has to be so demoralizing that that just happened to you.
Yeah.
The Roshan was so close to death. They gave them 5 kills and 1,000 HP Roshan. They also lost the mid tower.
6,000 gold lead, 10 to 8, 20 minutes in. Team Secret got to smoke up again. They're going to give Vici Gaming absolutely no quarter to work with, no space to be able to farm. They're going to quickly push through their own jungle. If they run into the Terrorblade again, Paparazzi's game is going to be completely ruined. And that's what's going to happen.
Here.
The
Nisha,
Troll,
he's
so fast. He's going to be able to run down this Terrorblade, but a minute to get to the high ground. DY is going to try and protect the telekinesis goes down. Global Silence as well. That's going to prevent the Sunder, and now Vici Gaming going to be broken once again.
As Nisha, he's so quick. And the Boundless Strike, just to be able to catch up. The invasion into the jungle. This is the only space on the map that Vici feel comfortable farming, and now
they're
it's
still
been
trying
taken
to
away.
fight. They managed to go for the Avalanche combination. They're going to go for Zai, but Nisha's already wiped out
This was
the
the
Ogre.
buyback.
Now they're going to be stunned up by Nisha. The TPs are going to come in. Midwan from the high ground is going to get eliminated by Paparazzi. Now they need to be able to catch Nisha as well. The 2 cores, looks like they've got them both. As long as Nisha can make his way out of this one, that's only going to be the first life though. Paparazzi sits right on top of him. They're going to try and fire blast him and bring him down near instantly. Nisha taking so much damage, and Secret can't stop it. The Supernova goes down just to make sure that Secret cannot return fire. A heavy buyback committed. Multiple buybacks there from Vici Gaming, but it does net them a win.
And they had to use the meta for that too. Not really going to get any objectives, but they keep that tower alive, they beat them back, they get rid of the Aegis, and they get 2 cores. So even with the buyback, a very slight gold advantage for Vici.
It's just not what you want to see, where the Terrorblade, even after that fight, ends up with a loss in gold.
And he needs the Manta so bad.
Global Silence was a killer in
He's
that
got it
last
now.
fight, but now
Probably
with the
needs a
Manta.
Hurricane Pike too. If I'm honest with you, he needs a way to get distance between him and the Troll.
Yeah. Push back that Monkey King as well. Get out of that Wukong's command. Yang's gonna be caught here in the bottom lane. No primal split. Midwan knows that unless Yang managed to juke around in the trees big time. Now the Phoenix is gonna be coming in, but Yang's already dead, so the Phoenix is gonna be here a bit late. Popping the telekinesis now. The Wukong's command goes down because they figure if a Phoenix is here, they've gotta be trying for a team fight. And Vici Gaming, honestly, are just getting sloppier now.
Yeah, Fade with a very aggressive dive in that was a really low percentage play for that working out. Now it's going to be Secret. They're going to just take down this tier 1 tower. They maybe even continue to go for things. And they're really strong. They've got
Boundless
everyone
strike.
here.
Nisha going to try and close that distance once again. There goes the slow. DY's going to try and interrupt the telekinesis just to be able to protect his corner. The skewer back. Nice hit from Zai. Secret pummeling Vici Gaming over and over.
I consider going
Vici
high ground
Gaming
here.
are just reeling. A high ground push coming in for Secret now.
Puppy smells blood. He's telling his team, just go. Don't be afraid. Still 2 heroes dead. And on the deck, they have RP available. Zai, he's within striking distance. They're just allowing Nisha to hit, but with this glyph,
Nisha, they try and put some miss percentage chance on him, but they just don't have the opportunity to do so.
I love the play call, though. Continue to be aggressive on the map. This is what got you in the position in the first place. Starve out Paparazzi. Make it so that he has to come back. There's no base trade scenario available to him. Don't allow any of your tier 2 towers to fall. That should be the game plan right now for Secret.
Look at that stat. Top kills per 10 minutes, Ori and mid 1. The top 1 and 2, no surprise there.
Yeah, somehow mid 1 has made his score positive. He's 8-6-2. After just dying time after time in mid lane.
Now Nisha, who's 5-1-6. With the completed BKB, looks for the next round of items, a butterfly queued up. That would be massive. That's just gonna kill the Terrorblade's damage as he's gonna be going for a Scotty next up.
Secret setting up on the big team fighter of Yang. Managed to get the skewer back into the telekinesis. No opportunity to be able to get away for Yang.
That's gonna be the tier 2 tower mid now. They are doing this so well. They're striking so fast.
And look at Vici Gaming. They keep on trying to fight this, but
they don't have buyback on Paparazzi. Any engagement at that point, if you lose him, might just be the game, as this troll takes tower so fast. And with this last tier 2 tower taken, you get aggressive ward vision down if you're Secret and protect this Roshan shrine with your life. And they've got such good heroes at fighting around the Rosh pit. They've got the Monkey King, the Magnus, the open space battles definitely favor them.
yeah. And when the Phoenix isn't much of a threat because of the troll ultimate, then that slight advantage that Vici Gaming is supposed to be able to bring for the Roshan fights isn't really there.
Yeah, and I think when you get the second Aegis, maybe you would consider investing into a gem if you're Puppy or Yapzor. Just being able to get your team more and more of map control. As Yapzor finishes up the Glimmer Cape, he's quite farmed himself.
Crimson Guard, damn. There are so many items flooding Secret inventories now. And Vici Gaming pretty much looking at the same old song and dance that we've been talking about. The Scotty coming in for the Terrorblade, Ori just sitting on the Blink Dagger, Echo Saber, nothing else.
And the next Roshan, still yet to spawn. It'll be up in 1 minute. But Vici, with so little map control and so little vision, they just have to guess every single time, and they have to commit so much just to check if it's up or not. They have to push past this area of the river.
They're gonna need a dream engagement like Zai found with that reverse polarity.
That was a tournament-saving RP.
Absolutely.
If you give up the Aegis right there to the TB at that phase of the game, you're losing the tower on top of that, and this game looks completely different.
Neither team wanting to risk anything right now. Nobody's poking their head out for fear of getting picked off before that critical Roshan.
And the supports from Secret are so tanky. Yule's Glimmer still have raindrops on Yapzor. Puppy's got a Drum of Endurance and a Buckler himself. Just tons of armor.
Jump in from Yang, toss back on the silencer. He still managed to get off the global silence, and now it's going to be Ori. He's already dead.
He's got to think about buying back
start
here.
funneling into the pit right away. Vici Gaming.
I don't think they can give up this Aegis and cheese for free. But it's going to go down so fast with the empowered Nisha. Yes, the buyback comes in.
It's at
Mid one,
half
he's
health.
waiting. He gets his tree broken.
He's got to get in there right away. He managed to get the tree broken onto mid one, inside of the pit. Nisha, he's tossed up in the air. Roshan is super low with Monkey King already dead. Maybe they can't actually pick this up. Paparazzi, Nisha's going to come back down with the BKB activated. They can't contest him. He's going to be able to get the Aegis mid one. Now out with the Wukong's demand. Vici Gaming, they're going to be caught inside of that one. Paparazzi will be able to make it away, but DY's not as lucky. And Yang back into his panda form. He's going to be slowed down by Nisha as well. Blocked up by Zai. Vici Gaming will lose Roshan
That
again.
Yule's timing catches him mid-flight. And that's going to be 3 heroes on the deck. And the lift from Yapzor in the Roche pit made it so that the TB couldn't just walk in and finish Roshan.
Yeah.
He was stunned up for just long enough that Nisha comes back down from being tossed up, gets his BKB, stands his ground, all in for the Roshan, gets it. Now he's got the Aegis to work with. He's got a butterfly. They still have RP as well.
And when your Terrorblade can't man fight the enemy carry, you're in a tough position. That means Nisha can now just go into the high ground. Waits for the glyph to reset. He's got plenty of time with this Aegis. The first tier 3 down in this game 5, Team Secret pushing into the melee racks. Vici Gaming has to find a way in here. They try and jump in, but Brewmaster's blown up almost instantly. He does have a buyback. There's the toss back for Mori. They stop the initiation, but they can't really catch Nisha in the right spot. He got Glimmer Caped instantly by the supports.
And Zai still just waiting for his opportunity, real patient in the back lines. And they're gonna let him use the cheese. They want to continue to go for this. They are not as cooldown reliant as Vici is. As the global silence just comes back up, Zai still has that RP ready and waiting. Any one misplay by Vici is just the game.
Vici Gaming, they burned through so many buybacks. All that's left is Paparazzi now to play the frontliner.
Doesn't have the meta though for another 28 seconds. So they're gonna give this up. Puppy telling his team to calm down, go for the shrine first, try to build up that gold lead just in case anything terrible happens.
22-11, 15,000 gold lead. Not sure what that courier was heading for, because honestly, I'm not sure what can change the fate of Vici Gaming. It's the rest of the Scotty that's going to be picked up for Paparazzi.
They're just gonna need to stall. And it's such a tall order. And they don't even have to use the RP to win fights at this point, Cap.
No.
It's just something that will absolutely secure them. If Zai gets a solo RP on the TB, he dies in 2 seconds. And there's no save for him. If you look at Vici's lineup, there's no swap. They do have the Lotus Orb now, but
Just no reliable way to allow the Paparazzi Terrorblade to get off that Sunder. The potential of just getting perma bashed as soon as Nisha closed that distance is too great. So Vici Gaming got to keep him a little bit farther
Puppy.
back. DY's going to be
They're gonna
caught.
die for that.
Puppy is going to be caught at the same time. Full support's getting traded out, but it's Vici Gaming who got to get out of this top lane as quick as possible.
Just need a TP out right now as Paparazzi.
Zai tries to go for the skewer, spots Paparazzi and throws the RP. A tad too late.
Zai instantly knows that he messed up.
Paparazzi. Glimpse of death, but he's not shaken. He immediately runs down the bottom lane, pops his Manta, try and push out the side lanes. He knows that the RP being blown like that doesn't change anything. He's still got to buy more time for his team.
The Troll getting so close to that 6 slot already. Look at his net worth, 20K.
Now we go for the smoke. The RP on cooldown for 80 seconds.
And they've got meta
Aegis is still there for the Troll. But mid lane is hitting into the tier 4 area. Team Secret, they definitely know something's up.
I like that call though. It's gutsy. It's similar to what Secret did. Both teams are still trying to play for the win. They're not just sitting inside their base, waiting for opportunities to come for them. As we see right here, Zai barely sees it. He had no idea what the TP timer was.
Yeah.
He just saw it going off.
Hey, Zai's got to be feeling good about this game, even with a missed RP.
Yeah.
They are in a great position, and again, there is no rush for Team Secret whatsoever, so he shakes it off.
Yeah, that's just one of those, well, what can you do moments. It is nearly back up in 26 seconds. He'll have it. Looks like they're still down to pressure this bottom tower. The egg is not that much longer. It just fades.
Vici Gaming is going to have to go for some sort of crazy toss defense here from Ori.
But without a buyback, it'd be nearly suicidal for him. So they're just going to wait for the RP, I think, because Zai invised up. 3 seconds for that RP.
Mid one, considering putting himself
He
in the
finds
trees.
Paparazzi.
They managed to get the pull down on Paparazzi. They're trying to pull him up, but the Sunray's not going to be good enough to save him. He does have buyback, though. With the BKB blown by Secret, they're going to try and get in here. Wukong's man goes out. Supernova laid down. Mid one's trying to focus as best possible. Ori, meanwhile, is trying to capture some heroes, anybody that they can. Supernova is actually done with mid one by himself. The Scotty doesn't slow him down well enough. He even tries to go for a cheeky TP out. Mid one will eventually die here. The Brewmaster is able to catch up Nisha, but as he goes back into his regular form, he lacks the disables to be able to get these carries of Team Secret.
And that's 2 buybacks and the meta used. If you're Secret, you can just wait and do it again.
It's Vici Gaming who got to get something out of this metamorphosis used, but there's only a quarter of the time left and no objectives to take.
And look at the position that Zai just puts Vici in. You throw your RP, catch one hero, it doesn't matter. You force the buyback. The global makes it so that there's no protection coming from. You wait for 1 measly cooldown, and you can go again, just make the same exact play. Look at how quickly they took him down. Even if he gets a Sunder, I think he dies immediately right after.
It's power of the troll. That damage just keeps on building up. DY gonna be spotted by Nisha. Look at him just getting choked down.
They want more.
Bane is gonna have to Icarus dive out. Uh-oh. He's stuck in the trees here. He's got to move to the right-hand side. Zai knew where he was. He's going to have to use the Sun Ray to be able to get over the trees. Spotted by the troll, managed to get onto the high ground, and he's going to stay up
Doesn't
there.
have a TP for 2 seconds.
To the side, Yapsor. He knows it's around here somewhere. They're pinging desperately, trying to find him. They do manage to run to the Phoenix, but it's only the whirling axes that clip him.
Fade does manage to get out. They've got to deal with this bottom lane push. This resets things a little bit, and that top lane was also being hurt quite heavily by this Paparazzi Terrorblade.
Did a decent amount of damage to both the tier 2s, but this is
buyback for
this is the
6
problem,
minutes.
Right? Losing the game so early, and this is why we're talking about the laning phase and this early momentum. Getting control of the map means getting control of those bounty runes. You build up such a large net worth advantage as a result.
And most of this game, again, just goes back to that call by Vici. I don't know how much I can even fault them, because it's a cool move for them to make. You've got a DDTB, you've got to feel pretty confident. It's just where they decided to take the smoke on the side of Secret. They walk past the Roshan pit, they instantly know, of course. Zai just thinks to himself, okay, they all have to be in that pit.
Yeah. Trying to catch him. Nisha running forward. Mid one is going to be able to hit the boundless strike. Controlling up that Brewmaster.
Oh, Yang died
75
fast.
seconds. DY.
Do you get a bash?
Oh, no
Yule's is good
bash,
enough.
but a Yule Scepter. That'll stop him. Now that's 2 dead with no buyback. And Secret hungry for a second lane of racks. They got to push out this bottom lane first, and there is a Roshan on the horizon here.
I wonder if they just go for it anyways. That's been Puppy's call lately, just to continue to play aggressively, but if they send anybody into that Roshan pit, surely the call is to go for the Refresher Shard, get the double RP up.
Guarantee this game.
Yes.
Don't let Vici Gaming have the opportunity.
This is how you put your stamp on the game and get yourself a Benz.
Look at that Roshan die. Now imagine that. Vici Gaming's ancient.
The fans can sense it right now. They are so far ahead. We've seen some comebacks in this series, but in this one, it's starting to feel pretty improbable as the Terrorblade. I mean, he's got an Aeon disc queued up.
And this is a maxed out troll with Empower and Bloodlust. An extra life. He's even got a cheese in his back Secret to have given him everything.
You can feel the desperation right now out of Paparazzi with this item build queued up.
He's trying to go for the toss back. Ori.
Look at Nisha lay waste to that tower.
Oh.
So what's your move
The
right now?
toss back, they are going to be able to get it, but no instance on Nisha. He's going to be able to lay out a little bit of damage, but he's still at half health, and he still has Satanic as well as Aegis. BKB activated. They're going to try and deal with the Brewlings first, but he managed to get the Storm Panda out, so he will stay alive for now, but this top lane of Brax will not. Around the Wukong's command,
Look at
Vici
Paparazzi.
Gaming are not able to fight.
Doesn't even feel comfortable stepping forward because he knows that if Secret all in, RP him, he will die, and the game is over from there.
Oh, Zai.
And he's looking for it. He's waiting for them to
wants
step
it.
forward.
He's got the double RP. He's going to go for one. Only clips the Ogre. Vici Gaming. They can't even try and capitalize off this one, or maybe they can, or he tries to go for Nisha, but they've already gotten on top of the Terrorblade instead. So is Brewmaster, and that's it. Vici Gaming are eliminated. Team Secret will win Game 5 here in ESL One Hamburg.
Down 2-1. They bring it back to even. That Roshan play by Zai, catching 4 heroes in that RP.
Having to play 2 games on the brink, Team Secret make their way through that lower bracket here into the grand finals, and with that momentum, take that game 1, and it looks so good. Vici Gaming bounced back with those 2 games, and all of a sudden, Team Secret, 1 game away from being knocked out, still managed to clinch that game 4 and dominate game 5.
They had such a hard road to get here. They had to beat EG, VP, Pain, and finally, the final boss, a best of 5 against a Vici squad that, before they played Secret, looked nearly unstoppable.
How fitting it is that Team Secret 1 year ago got that 2nd place, denied by Virtus Pro. They get their revenge, not only on that team, but also managed to surpass Vici Gaming as well here in the grand finals.
What a performance by all of them.
The crowd on their feet, the Team Secret chants have begun as Team Secret make their way to that grand prize. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Secret are your ESL One Hamburg victors.
Hamburg, give it up for Team Secret. Poppy, just a few words. Congratulations, guys. Coming into this tournament, you said this is a time for Team Secret to experiment and try new things. You basically won the entire tournament. What are your thoughts on that?
Sometimes experiments work. They're always not bad, you know?
Not bad at all. It's a great experiment. Poppy, the last ESL One Championship was 2015 Frankfurt. You had Zai a part of that roster. You have him back now this year. How do you feel having Zai back part of the team, and how do you feel with the overall performance of Team Secret right now?
I mean, that's the only reason I got Zai to win ESL.
Lastly, how do you feel being back here in Germany and, of course, feeling the love from the fans?
Thank you for enjoying our Dota.
There you go. All right. Before we, of course, announce our Mercedes-Benz MVP, guys, as of tradition, you do have to sign, of course, our camera. That's right. So I think, which camera are we going for? This one right here? Okay. We will be doing that in just a bit. Okay, here we go. All right, so right now, we're gonna be heading straight to our Mercedes-Benz MVP. So here we go. I will be having the envelope. That's a lot. The crowd are speaking. Okay. Don't worry, we'll officially announce it in just a bit. Oh, there you go. Rehab making her way with the trophy. You can hold on to that. I do. We have the envelope, yes? We have the envelope. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mercedes-Benz MVP is Mid1, ladies and gentlemen. Taking home a Mercedes-Benz. Your MVP, ladies and gentlemen, Mid1. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamburg, you have been wonderful. Thank you so much for being such a great set amount of fans. I present to you your ESL One 2018 champions, Team Secret!
Team Secret then become the first double winners of ESL One, other than Virtus Pro, of course, who already have 3. Their 4th time in the final here at ESL One. They've lost the previous 2 finals. They finally crack it once more. 3 years almost to the day that they previously won it here in Germany. Congratulations, Team Secret. Commiserations to Vici. They finished runners-up yet again. Runners-up earlier this season to Virtus Pro in Katowice, and now here in Hamburg. They are, of course, previous winners themselves as well. We're going to get some thoughts from our panel, just wrap up the entire tournament. It's been 6 fantastic days of Dota 2, high-quality action, despite the fact that it's so early in the brand new season. So many of these teams have come here with stand-ins, new players, new lineups. The level of Dota has just been unbelievable. Gents, it's been a brilliant 6 days.
Yep, it's been phenomenal. We've seen some teams come out of nowhere and just do the unexpected, like Aster in the beginning of the tournament, and then get knocked out. We saw Pain get just awakened by the crowd, and Secret just with this different style, making it work and earning a lot of love.
I mean, the experimental style card, we've talked about it all week. Puppy's talked about it, Zai's talked about it, we've talked about it to death almost. It seems unbelievable in some ways that they're able to win a title like this at such a high quality. It's scary for the rest of the teams right now.
It's reminiscent of TI in a lot of ways, where relatively shaky group stage, get knocked down the losers bracket, and then they find their magic. And maybe it started with an experiment, but I just love watching these guys play. It's crazy, you know, the amount of trust they already place in Nisha, even though he's so new to this
synergy in the team. The synergy in this team is insane. I mean, they've been playing together, what, 6-7 weeks?
I mean, sometimes you get, you know, a little bit of experimental bounty hunter, and it doesn't go too well. But then other times it goes a lot better, right?
Yeah, mid 1-0, not take anything away from him, but you could have made an argument to give MVP to any one of the guys on Secret. And there's not many, if any, teams you can really say that about.
And I think that comes back to everything we've talked about this whole week when it comes to Secret, right? This idea of just overall teamwork. It seems like they're always understanding what the other person on their team's doing. Like some of their team fights just looked incredible. I mean, they had some of the best replays post-game. Some of the breakdowns from Purge, of course, have been incredible based off of them. And it just makes you kind of in awe of how, like, flowing that communication is for them in the game.
Outside the two finalists, overachievers, underachievers, who would you pick out, Carl?
I mean, it's tough because two of the teams I'd say underachieved both had standards, but...
Which would have been expected, right?
Yeah, I'd say...
a pain there for overachievers?
These two teams in the finals, really.
Really? Okay.
I don't know, it was a tournament that went sort of as expected, right? We just didn't think that Secret would win, let alone with the quality of Dota that they showed, so... I don't know, I wasn't surprised.
I would say pain for the overachievement, especially with the way that they took out Aster, right? It was 2 20-minute games.
Yeah.
That was pretty remarkable.
It's a blitz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is it fair to call that the disappointment then? I mean, I feel like Aster and Secret actually reflect upon each other kind of similarly, right? Nisha versus D-Stones, backed up by 4 more familiar players, kind of a deal. And obviously one was the victor and one sniped out the group stage, but couldn't complete it on the main stage.
Disappointment, underachievers, NIP maybe?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would have expected more from them, I just think, because of the quality they've got in the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta hurt as well. I mean, Secret, like, there's Fada and Ace. Like, those are the players they replaced with Nisha and Zai, and all of a sudden Secret rises straight to the top of the scene and NIP falters. I mean, no matter how, what terms you end the team on, it never feels good to watch your ex-teammates win lands.
Yeah, let's move on from that. That's an awful feeling, isn't it? Right, let's catch up with Purge one last time here at ESL One Hamburg.
We got the moment that you guys want to see. It's the Roche fight. Now, we saw what happened, but what led up to it? Now, at the 16-minute mark, a DVD rune spawned at the bot rune spot. Only Vici Gaming had control of it. Within the next minute, they grouped up and smoked. But there hadn't really been much action in the last few minutes, about 2 minutes with no kills. So Secret ends up smoking, maybe sporadically. They hadn't seen the enemy heroes in a while. Silencer uses a Curse of Silent on the pit, and then Zai breaks smoke and goes for it. Grabs 4 heroes, tons of cleave damage, everybody dies on Vici Gaming, more or less. So what probably prompted this is Vici just simply thought they were going to be able to kill this in time. By the time they started hitting Roche with the DD, to the point where the RP came, it was like 14 seconds. 3 more seconds either way if Secret doesn't think, hey, I think they're Roshing. If they take 3 seconds too long to smoke, Roche dies, TB picks that up. No glory RP in this game is completely different. So sometimes Dota can be chaos, but in the same way, Secret saved some seconds, and that ended up with them getting there at the right time.
Gonna say it one last time, and I mean it every time. Thanks, Purge. Absolutely amazing breakdowns all weekend. We've really enjoyed it. And what a way to finish things as well with that RP.
Yeah, I just want to add on to what Purge said. Dota's very much a game of inches and seconds. And not only did Secret make those plays to shave a couple moments off of their move, but Paparazzi used meta before activating the DD. He missed out on about 80 damage. Maybe if he has that, the Roche dies in time, the RP is not. We'll never know.
Yeah, such small things. We've seen it all the way through, haven't we? All the way through the grand final, actually all the way through the tournament. There's been just the minutest of details sometimes decide games.
Yeah, breaking a Lincoln's before swapping him into a Hex as well. Some little tiny things in the fraction of a second just makes a difference.
Did you enjoy that RP, by the way, gents? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Oh. Should we watch it again?
Sure.
Okay, because the thing is, obviously, Purge picked it out, and we picked it out. What else would make the play faster by Vodafone moment than that? It is, of course, the very same play. Well done to Zai. He's won basically 3 awards with 1 second of play in the grand final. It is fantastic to watch, though.
Just all day. Just keep it going. Loop it. It's fine. All right, one more time in slow-mo. Beautiful. They know what we want. Yeah, I mean, that honestly comes down to, yes, they tried to rush it, but maybe some nerves on the stage, right? Poor positioning, get caught out. I mean, the Phoenix is smoked mid lane on a creep wave when that happens.
Fog did point out they just looked like they were standing still, clumped together, waiting for it to happen.
They got hit by the curse and they were just like, we're committing.
Yeah.
We've already committed. We're all in.
You hope it's just some lone silencer roaming around warding or something, but that was not the case.
No.
And just to note, I mean, again, Secret, I think they played Radiant every game that series, and they did. And I feel like one of the main reasons for that is how much easier it is to set up around Roche. It's so difficult to defend the pit as Dire because there's so many angles you can approach. If you're Radiant, you just get rid of that mid hill, you have a ward above you, you're secure.
Yep.
Not the same when you're playing Dire. You can also obviously like blink right into the pit.
All right.
Played by Zara.
Quick 10 seconds from each of you. Wrap up your thoughts on the 6 days ESL One Hamburg. What's it been?
It's been, I mean, I've had a hell of a time. I was quite dead for the first few days, and I may have infected the majority of people here, but it was a really exciting tournament, and we got to see some very bizarre stuff. We got to see some Legion Commander 5 positions. We got to see things that will probably ruin many people's pubs, but I had fun.
It's teams trying to work with an old patch, trying to make it a little bit new. I think we saw that. I think the fans obviously enjoyed themselves. I mean, they're all out there celebrating with Secret at this point by now, watching Mid-1 drive his Mercedes, but just enjoyable Dota all around, right?
I just have to echo the sentiment of the girl that was interviewed in the Snipes Lounge earlier. I just love Dota, and even though I don't play anymore, it's nice to be here. First time I made it to Hamburg at an ESL, and just it's so cool to be a part of excellent Dota, and I just can't wait for the next time.
Yeah. We don't have to wait too long either. There's always plenty more Dota around the corner, that's for sure. Right, that is it. We are done here at ESL One Hamburg. Quick shout out to Sir Belvedere, by the way. Love the patch notes. Wish it carried on. Thanks for all your work, though, in the past. And roll on 7.20, Mr. Frog. That's it, then, from all of us here at ESL One Hamburg. The last moment goes, of course, to Team Secret. The champions this time round for the second time in ESL One history. We'll leave you with the moments that matter, the moments that deliver from DHL. We'll see you.
Come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views.
Guarding Greaves, it's back up. Low cooldown, 35 seconds. Heals up his teammates. They commit for the dive. Ramses has the BKB. Goes inside, but he's trapped.
He's trapped. He's trapped in the trees. No one. He'll get a two-man
They
cry
call
number.
it.
GG. It's all over. It's all over. It's the end of the road for VP.
What I need, somewhere close to harmony. When the world is sound asleep, something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through.
They need to be able to take out this turn plane as fast as possible. They do. Manage to get him for 70 seconds. Mid-1 getting kited around as well. Everybody's so low, but he can't get him. You can't even kill him. What are you doing? He time walks away. LSA from side. Mori, he's stuck in the tree, surrounded by Secret, and that's the game.
Come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away, come and
Oh
fly
no.
away.
The head shake and Puppy comes back.
We're rising, we're falling,
Look at the pistol blade. Now shut up. Silence as well. Are all dead from Secret. Vici Gaming. They're going to be able to march down the Ancient and take game 2, even if the series 1-1. He's gonna go back down. It's gonna be under 4. That brings him all. Nisha's doing so much damage. They're almost dead. They've killed so much. Quickly here's Nisha, but they've already gone up. The airplane is dead. So is Brewmaster, and that's it. Vici Gaming are eliminated.